What a do, vinyl community? Welcome to the Fluffy Records YouTube channel. My name is Brian, that's Brian, and this is another Mail Time video. It's been like 4 months since I've last made a Mail Time video. For those who don't know what Mail Time is, it's pretty, um, like simple, I guess. It's in the name, but Mail Time is pretty much the records that I buy online aside from vinyl finds, which is me going to local stores and purchasing records there. And Fresh Off the Platter is a combination of both. Whenever I have a bit of vinyl finds and a bit of sort of like mail time, I put that in a Fresh Off the Platter video. But I, it's kind of crazy because I realize it's been quite some time since I've made a Mail Time video, and I don't know, I guess I was a little lazy just waiting, being patient enough to have a small stack. Finally have one, so I decided to make a video today. And yeah, before we get started, please like, subscribe, turn the notifications on so that you don't miss any future videos. And yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. So, this video sort of um not only Mail Time, but it's also something that I've noticed recently with these purchases. Um, the way the sellers, what's it called? The way they package these records, and I sort of made a small compilation, not necessarily compilation because I think it's only 2 videos, but I'm gonna leave those 2 clips at the end of this video. Pretty much, I noticed how some of these sellers package these records, and I was like, you know what? I think I might as well do like a how do you say it? Like raw reaction of unboxing these packages, and yeah. So you might be surprised or you might not, because depending on how many records you buy online, you might have experienced this yourself. So also leave down in the comments if you've ever experienced these types of unboxings. But let me start off with an upgrade that I got not that long ago. This is on Columbia. This is one that I absolutely love. It's on the top of my list. This is Kenny Burrell, Weaver of Dreams. And yeah, this is a huge upgrade for me. Got this one on eBay I had to pay up a little bit, but this is a demonstration copy. But I'm just really, really happy that I finally have a cleaner copy, because the other one was probably graded, I don't know, like G+, but now I have a much cleaner copy. 1961 is when this album came out. But yeah, you have Kenny Burrell shredded on here, as well as him doing vocals, and that's I don't know if many people know that he made an album of him singing. I enjoy his singing. I'm not sure how many people have heard Kenny Burrell sing, but I quite enjoy it, and that's why I wanted a um an upgrade copy. Surprisingly, this is one of the ones that isn't necessarily hard to get, but not a lot of records, not a lot of these albums pop up on the market, so you do have to like kind of be fast about it. Anyways, the lineup here, if I can even find the lineup, so you have, let's see, uh, Kenny Burrell, Tommy Flanagan, Wendell Marshall, Bobby Donaldson, and Bobby Jasper. I believe that's the lineup. But then you also have Joe Benjamin, Bill English. I don't know. I don't know if that's the true lineup, but anyways, finally upgraded from this one. I believe this is also mono, but the condition wasn't that very well. No skips or anything, but I just decided to finally, find or take the opportunity to upgrade this. But yeah, Weaver of Dreams, the vocal artistry of Kenny Burrell, 1961 on Columbia. Very, very happy to have this one. By the way, in terms of how the seller packed this one, the seller didn't have one of these outer sleeves. It came with just the jacket and the record with no inner sleeve as well. So I was a little scared, and surprisingly, it arrived. Well. So this is one of the ones. I guess one of the positive ones, or maybe I put this one neutral. This one is neutral compared to the other ones that I'm going to show. So the next one is another. Well, in terms of package, in terms of how this record arrived, I was a little. I don't know. I was a little just. It was interesting because this record I got another one off eBay and, for a good price. And I think I should have checked the seller's items that they were listing because I think they weren't strictly vinyl, like a vinyl seller. I think they were just someone who wanted to get rid of their records. I don't know, maybe someone's family member had passed, or maybe they were just trying to get rid of records. But anyways, I got this one. This is Johnny Hammond Smith, the Stinger, on Prestige. And the way this person packaged theirs, I think I even leaving a picture here, but it arrived with like a plastic bag, grocery bag, and there was no outer sleeve. There was the record came with no inner sleeve, and right away I was like, oh gosh, I don't even think the record's gonna play if this is how the package arrived. But thankfully, I gave it a clean. I listened to it, and no skips whatsoever. The only issue, I guess, well, not really an issue if I can fix it, but it's just the jacket here is a little dirty. I think I can clean that off. But wonderful, wonderful, soulful jazz here. The Stinger, Johnny Hammond Smith. This was, I think, released maybe mid 60s, 65, 66, 67, something like that. But you have Johnny Hammond Smith on organ, Houston Person on tenor sax, Earl Edwards on tenor sax, Floyd Smith on guitar, John Harris on drums. I really, really dig this record. I mean, they play a wonderful rendition of "You Don't Know What Love Is," and it's just absolutely beautiful. I love this music, and the cover is so neat. I think this is supposed to be, I think, Green Lantern, but they changed the colors here. So yeah, finally have a superhero cover jazz record. I know there's another one on Prestige. What is it? The Freddie McCoy Spider-Man, which is going for I think a little bit more than what this record is going for, but this is it's on the Blue Trident Prestige, and it has the Van Gelder on the Dead Wax, so it sounds excellent. I love this copy that I purchased online. It is wonderful. I recommend people stream this one before they buy it. But yeah, Johnny Hammond Smith, the Stinger, Prestige 7408. Let me know if you guys have this one. Do you guys enjoy this one? Do you guys like the cover? Do you guys wish there would have been more superhero covers bring these jazz records. Okay, so next up is one that I knew I was gonna get this year. It was just a matter of when. And for the longest time, Acoustic Sounds put this one out. I think last year maybe, and I don't know. I think some people got it. Some people have already like an original copy, or at least an early reissue of this. Found this one on eBay, and my only complaint here is that it arrived with no outer sleeve. But other than that, very very happy. This is Pharoah Sanders' Karma, 1969 on Impulse. This is an original, and yeah, I got this one for a really good price. I had seen the pictures. This already came with this like little, I guess, little ding here. But other than that, the music absolutely killer. Wouldn't say it's for everyone, but it's very avant-garde. I guess free, but yeah. People can get this one now finally because Analog Productions Acoustic Sounds put this one out. But the lineup here, wow, it's actually very big, long list. So I'm just gonna leave it there for you guys to read. Side 1 and side 2, both recorded in '69 and released in 1969. But I believe the first side goes on for like 30 minutes, but they had to cut it out, I think. I could be wrong. Just correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But yeah, the actually, let me check. The first side is just one song, and the second side I think is also one song. So I think it's just two songs on each side. But yeah, very clean disc. I've already shown this in the clip that I'm gonna leave in the at the very end of this video. So if you want to check that out, stick around for that. But yeah, that is a big one off my checklist because I've been wanting to get more of these late 60s, early 70s Impulse records. And yeah, also been wanting more Pharoah Sanders on Impulse. So another addition to my collection. Alright, next up, we're going back to 1955, I believe this one came out. I believe this, in terms of this musician's studio discography, I think he only had 2 albums out. I could be wrong. Maybe he had another one released on like 10-inch or 7-inch. But, excuse me. But I don't think that one counts. I don't know. Okay, so who am I talking about here? This one released on Capitol. This is Serge Chaloff, Boston Blow Up. This is the Serge Chaloff or Kaloff Sextet on Capitol. It's on that, I don't know what, blue or turquoise colored label. You guys don't know Serge Kaloff or Kaloff. I actually don't know how to pronounce it. Is his last name, but people probably know of his other record, which I'm blanking out. It's the what is it, blue something? I can't remember. Wow. Anyways, I think this one came out before the other one, and after that, like not that long after, he had passed away. So he was here in the jazz scene for just a little short period of time, but still, I really dig his music, and I'm very very happy to finally have at least one of his records with me. So Yeah, the sextet consists of himself, Serge Kaloff on baritone sax, Boots Musuli on alto sax, Herb Pomeroy on trumpet, Ray Santisi on piano, Everett Evans on bass, and Jimmy Zitano on drums. Great, great session. Stan Kenton presents jazz, which here he says this album series is designed to give new opportunity to young creative talent of contemporary music. Today's jazz artists, both writers and performers, surely deserve the chance to display their wares freely, and this series will, I hope, bring where did I leave off? Bring fresh enjoyment to all who share the excitement of modern jazz. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Serge was part of Stan Kenton's band, like many great jazz musicians were. But yeah, he kills it on here. Uh, I think this is more accessible than his other record, which is, again, I think it's called Blue Surge, or I could be wrong. Actually, let me look it up right now as I'm talking here. But I think his other album was released maybe 2 years after or a year after, and right after, maybe like, I don't know, maybe a couple months after, he had um, died. So Surge, yeah, Blue Surge, 1956 is when it came out, and then a year later he had died. Um, I think he had something with his spine, but this is killer. I know I keep mentioning that, but clean disc on Capitol. Anyways, um, the fidelity wise, I guess didn't really doesn't sound like it. Don't expect it to be like a Blue Note sound fidelity wise, sonically, but it still sounds good. I think at least, but yeah, Boston Blow Up. These last few are actually records that I got from Japan, and this next one is actually a first Japanese pressing of this record that I've been wanting. I believe I had this one on my want list for last year, 2023. And when I had seen this one on eBay for a reasonable price, um, I just had to pay the extra shipping because, Japan. I was very excited. And I gotta say, this might be like the best packaged record I've ever received from a seller in terms of like used records purchasing. This might be my best package wise. Anyways, this is um, Chad Baker's and Chet Baker and Art Pepper Playboys. This is a first um, pressing, Japanese pressing, and yeah, just I was looking forward to this one, uh, mainly because I've been wanting a copy. Now I know that Blue Note put this one out in as their tone poet for World Pacific Jazz. It has a different name, which is Picture in Heath or Picture of Heath. I can't remember which one, but reason of that is because of I guess the licensing, or not, maybe not licensing, but they back then I guess they got or Pacific Jazz were gonna get sued by Hugh Hefner's Playboy. I could have said that wrong, but yeah, I mean this is a awesome like uh label here that they did for this one, that they did for Japan. And World Pacific, and it's, small deep groove. I'm not even sure if they used the same plates that was used for the U.S. release, but I was, in terms of the way this record arrived, I was just in complete shock in the best way possible, because this one was carefully packaged, and it came with this outer sleeve, and you know the seller left this note. I'm pretty sure maybe he or they leave the same note for each buyer, but I thought it was absolutely awesome. The In terms of how this sounds, the music here, sonically, didn't really impress me. Um, I'm not sure how the U.S. pressing sounds, but I know that, or what I've heard, is that the Tone Poet, or the Blue Note one that they reissued, I think last year or 2 years ago now, um, was cut hot or mixed hot to where like it was skipping on people's turntables. So I'm thinking of maybe getting that one to see how that one would sound on my system. But and it would be interesting to compare, that reissue to this Japanese reissue. But this is a great um, hard bop session. You have Chet Baker on trumpet, Art Pepper on alto sax, Phil Urso on tenor sax, Carl Perkins on piano, Curtis Counts on bass, and Lawrence Marable on drums. Um, yeah, I have been wanting a copy for some time now, and I think it's mostly because um, for a while I was just really on to this like Chet Baker kick, and when I had discovered this album in particular, I I was like all in. But yeah, original US sort of goes for some dough, but I don't know, maybe somewhere down the line you'll probably see me with an original US, if not for sure a reissue. But these last two come from the same seller in Japan. Um, this one, shout outs to this guy. I think his handle, I'll leave it here, but I think he goes by Fusion Thesis on Instagram. Um, Pretty much he does, or I guess they do. I'm not sure if it's a guy or a woman, but they have some sales sometimes, like maybe like once or twice a week. They'll be doing sales, and sometimes they'll have uh, early US releases for sale, and sometimes they'll have OGs. Sometimes they'll have, for the most part, like uh, Japanese releases. So when I had came across their Instagram or their store, I was just, I don't know, it impressed me the way how clean and how great their description were, and I jumped on these two records that I'm gonna show you guys, and then another one where I did a raw reaction opening. So you'll see that one in the at the end, the clip at the end of the video. Anyways, two jazz records on Atlantic. I guess the first one I'll show is Charles Mingus, Blues and Roots, or Charlie Mingus, even though he hated when people said Charlie, called him Charlie. This is a 19, wow, I can't remember now, maybe 1961, 1962 stereo reissue. But this is the first one, and the next one is John Coltrane's Giant Steps. This one I think is a 65, 66 reissue on Atlantic. This one has that, I guess, black fan. This one has the white fan. So yeah, uh, this one came very, very packaged, very securely packaged. Another one where I was impressed, and it came in with these. The Japanese know how to package their records, and it came with. I'm not sure if this is their original jacket, but it was. I was just like, wow. This is not only it, but they put, like, one of these rice paper inner sleeves on top of that, and I was just absolutely blown away. Like, this was really, really taken care of. And yeah, I knew I was gonna not have to worry about any skips or anything like that. So I didn't even have to clean the record because it already arrived, cleaned, and I just enjoyed the music. And again, this is one that recently has gotten a reissue by the Analog Productions Atlantic 75th series. So actually these two. So I could have just waited for that, but I decided to jump on this one. This is again stereo. So who do we have on here? John Coltrane on tenor sax, Tommy Flanagan on piano, Wynton Kelly also on piano, Paul Chambers on bass, Art Taylor on drums, and who else? Jimmy Cobb replaces Art Taylor on drums. So awesome. If you guys have not heard of Coltrane's Giant Steps, go stream it before you purchase, I guess a copy. But yeah, I finally have. Let me get this actually out of. Let me get the one that I have here, but I actually have the 2009, I believe, Bernie Grundman, the Rhino reissue that Bernie Grundman cut. So I haven't done a comparison yet, but there we go. Yeah, haven't done a comparison. Let me know if you guys want to see that, but probably not, right? I have, since high school, I've loved this album, and can't tell you how many times I've had Giant Steps on repeat. But let me just show you guys the record here. Boom. Absolutely clean. Lovely. Lovely record. And yeah, the other album, of course, Blues and Roots by Charles Mingus. Don't sleep on this. I'm pretty sure this has gotten many reissues in the past before the Atlantic series, but if you can afford the 75th, go for that one. I'm not sure how it sounds. Probably sounds really good. I believe those are cut at 45. By the way, this one is cut at 45. The 2009, I believe, reissue. But this one, a jam session, I tell you. This is an absolute jam session, and it came with the Atlantic sleeve as well, with the, I guess, rice paper inner sleeve. So let's see, who do we have on this record? Of course, you have Charles Mingus on bass, Jackie McLean and John Handy on alto saxes, Booker Ervin on tenor sax, Pepper Adams on baritone sax, Jimmy Nepper and Willie Dennis on trombones, Horace Parlan or Mal Waldron on piano, and Danny Richmond on drums. That is a freaking stellar lineup. All of them people probably already know, right? And the one tune that I would, not myself, but I had a fellow bandmate who would always just play that one riff on Moanin', Charles Mingus Moanin', which sort of annoyed the crap out of me, but yeah, I mean, when I listened to this one, I was just, I don't know, I want to say blown away, but maybe maybe this isn't the definitive version. I was just impressed. I was truly impressed. This sounds really, really good. And I'm just happy. I'm not looking for, another copy at the moment, but before purchasing this one, I did see the 75th Atlantic reissue, and for a while I was thinking of purchasing that one, but I don't know, I could probably compare these two, but yeah, I mean, it's in the name, right? The blues and roots. This is a bluesy but a very jam session. Like, you can hear like each instrument on this record, and it's wonderful. So don't sleep on this one. I know the Giant Steps came out recently, but don't forget about this one. Don't sleep on this one. So yeah, there you have it. If you stuck this far, thank you so much. Truly appreciate it, as always. Comment down below what you guys thought of the records that I showed today. Let me know if you guys have any particular copies of any of these records. But again, thank you so much. And yeah, hope to see you guys in the next one. Take care. And welcome back to another episode of How People, more particularly sellers, package their records. Today I have two. One that looks like someone just turned a box into a media mailer. So let's see if this one is open, or let's see if this one came fully intact. So this should be fun. This should be very, very fun. And hopefully, oh no, hopefully I didn't damage the record. Oh god. Okay, so right off the bat, open the thing with the scissors, and right off the bat I noticed that there's no protection. So I think this is hopefully the scissor didn't damage the sleeve, because I was thinking maybe this seller might have packaged the record with an outer sleeve, and that's not the case. So a little nervous, a little nervous. My nervous voice is definitely crawling right now, but this is the package. This is the record right here. Karma, Pharoah Sanders. looks like I didn't damage it. I'm pretty sure this was already there, but inner sleeve. I'm gonna see if it comes with an inner sleeve. Yes, it does. Okay, whew. Minty record. You can eat off this baby. Okay, so that's the first one. Gonna put this back. Thankfully, I will not be returning this. The second one, okay, so different package, different. Someone probably put, I don't know, some sort of construction paper of some sort, or a bag. They probably used a bag and turned it into a media mailer. So I'm gonna fast forward this and see if this one's better than the first one. Okay, so right off the bat, I'm open it up, right? And look what's inside. Another sort of box that box turned into media mailer thing. Okay, this one looks a little bit better packaged. I don't know. All right, let's see. Okay, someone decided to use their Amazon Prime box for this one, but luckily this record came with an inner sleeve. Looks like there's no bends here, no bend in the sleeve, the cardboard jacket, but let's see how. Okay, look. Looks like there's a double outer sleeve. I can use this sleeve for my Pharrell Sanders record. And okay, jacket, nice, clean jacket, and the wax. Let's see here. Don't want it. Small scratch on one side, but other than that, pretty clean. Just needs cleaning, and overall, interesting experience. But I'm still happy that these arrived somehow safe, despite the use of different package methods. But anyways.